video, and I've been playing some Pokemon, so I thought I'd upload some matches. I'm gonna lead off with my Jolteon here. I just wanted to slow down, whatever came through. I didn't think this person would stay in, and I was sashed anyway, so I went for a Thunder Wave, which is surprised. I thought maybe they would have switched, but it is what it is. So we slow that fish down, get a good little paralyze going. Now I know I'm faster, so I'm gonna go for a discharge and take it out. I mean, I guess at that point they figured it was pretty much useless. It's pretty hard and pretty fast, but once that speed is cut in half, it is what it is. They're gonna throw out this bug. I forget the name, but I know a little bit on it. I know I want to use one, so I'm gonna switch out my Zappy here and throw in a Orochimaru. This thing has red card on it, so that was also the job of my Orochimaru, to slow down whatever else was left. So red card is gonna get that thing out of here. Gonna bring in Tornado, which is fine. Tornado is already pretty slow, but I know it's pretty bulky, and I'm gonna go for the glare here, just so I can once again slow it down and kind of like set up for my Crawdad to do what it has to do for me to win around and go for Shell Trap. But unfortunately I ain't touching you. So at this point my Jolteon and my Sandaconda had already did their jobs, so anything else is just a plus. So I went for a coil, just to get some attack and defense up. I'm gonna go for Flamethrower. Unfortunately I do get burned, but luckily for me I have shed skin on this thing. It's just a matter of when it's going to take effect. I'm just gonna go for Earthquake, and even with the burn it still does about like 60%, which is really good. And unfortunately for the other player, they do get paralyzed and the shed skin activate. So I'm just gonna go for another Earthquake. I guess they could have switched into their bug or whatever, but it's fine. I just wanted to get this thing out of here. But I remember playing this and they went for a Gigantamax here. This was kind of confusing because the Tornado had already lost 60% of his health and it was paralyzed. So I mean, unless they were just thinking like 5 moves ahead, I just didn't understand the purpose behind this. Either way it go, with the paralyzers being pretty slow, and I'm just gonna go for another Earthquake. If a burnt Earthquake did 60%, then this would definitely KO, and that would be one dead turtle. So next, all that's left is the bug. I wasn't too worried, but at the same time I know that this game is pretty fun because it's a game about decision making, but there's also some hoopla in there as far as like what hits and what misses. So the job that I wanted for my Sandaconda and my Jolteon at this point, just do as much damage as possible. So I went for a Fire Fang. It does get burned, and then it does take me out with a Bug Buzz. She has leftovers on this thing, but that's fine. With the burn, it pretty much just makes it useless, the leftovers, so I was fine with that. I'm gonna put in my Jolteon. None of the Thunder moves obviously is gonna work. I do have Shadow Ball on this thing, so I'm just gonna use Shadow Ball just to get some more chip. I really wasn't expecting it to kill, but it putting it in that red, I was very happy with that. So it's going to go for another Buzz, take out my Zaps, and I'm gonna throw in Crawdad. And at this point I think that's pretty much game. My Crawdad does have an Assault Vest, so I do know this bug is very high special attack, but I think I would have lived, especially with the Gigantamax, so I wasn't too worried. I just wanted to go for Geyser, knock this thing out, and that would be game. So yeah, really been enjoying this game, and pretty fun. And I don't know who this player is, but shout out to this player. Usually when you play online or like this or any game, you find a lot of top tiers running rampant, and the team that she used wasn't top tier at all. Neither was mine. Definitely unbalanced, but I just wanted to put a little quick strategy together just to see if I can make it work. So yeah, I'm gonna have to upload some more. So till then, yeah, GG to that player, and peace.